Hey Mallards, it is Friday, and I thought this evening I would be talking about my second visit to Nosferatu, but that didn't end up happening. So instead, you just get me sitting on a couch and rambling at you, which Ginger says are her favorite kind of videos, so hope that she is watching and enjoying this absolutely wild rambling. Updates on life. Dude is doing fine. He's just really mad at me that he has to be dry docked, which means he's not allowed to be in the water. And that also he has to take a bath in antiseptic or antibacterial stuff twice a day for 5 minutes. And we're, 4 days into that process and he still seems pretty upset about it. But we only have 3 more days before I'm going to take him back to the vet. So hopefully he will be deemed a clean bill of health and get to go back to living in the water, which I think would please him a lot. Nahessa is doing great. My life is doing fine. Things have slowed down since November started. Not enough that I've started my NaNoWriMo novel yet, because I haven't, or that I've gotten back on Storium, or really anything, actually. I've been a little bit of like a little bit of a lump, but I'm gonna try and be less of a lump. That's the goal for this week. So we'll check back in next Friday and update you on my lump status. I'm also gonna try this thing that I saw in a YouTube video because, I'm watching random YouTube videos now, where a guy tried to schedule out his entire month, like down to the minute. And I don't know if I want to do that, but I feel like it'd be an interesting experiment to try for just a week. So I think starting for next week, I'm gonna try and schedule my life down to the minute and stick to that schedule. We'll see how it goes. Might be the worst decision I've ever made. Or could be really fun and habit forming. Might help with my procrastination. Might not. There is no way to be sure what will occur, but I think it'll be a fun experiment to try. Remind me of that when Monday comes and I still haven't done it because I'm procrastinating, and we'll work from there. I also am going to be taking a trip to the storage unit to attempt to reorganize and work on some stuff there. I have next weekend, like not the weekend that starts tomorrow, but the following weekend, I have a wedding to attend, so that'll be nice. I'm gonna go to the Fringe office and work on some cleaning and reorganizing of the kids' Fringe area. I am also attending the Fringe lottery, even though we're still submitting for site specific, and so like we're not technically part of the lottery, but I'll be attending that and repping kids' Fringe and generally just having a good time with some Fringe people. So it's not like November is without things to do. It's just a little slower than October, and I'm not mad about that because I've got more blogging stuff to do. I've picked up some extra articles per week just to sort of increase the amount of income I can have with that. And my procrastination is still hitting me hard, but I'm trying to work on that at least a little and like organize my time a little bit better. That's why the scheduling thing I think will be good for me. I also applied for a volunteer position that involves creating video content, and I sent them a link to some of my vlogs. I don't know if that's the sort of content they're looking for, but the one thing that I can definitely do is create and edit a video pretty quickly now. I have a lot of experience with it, and most of them are videos like this, me talking to the camera. They're very casual. I don't necessarily need them to be top quality content, so there isn't a lot of editing involved. This video will probably get the beginning and the end chopped off, and that's it. I'll just let all of this wild, crazy umming and ahhing in the middle stay, because that's not the point of this video, but I do know how to edit content, and I think the opportunity that I applied for would be a really, really fun time, and it's a long ways away. It's literally not until like next September, but I thought it'd be fun to attempt that, check it out, dip my toes in for that sort of thing and see how it goes. And I think that is it for my life updates since the last time we had a heartfelt talk about what's going on in my life. I've had sort of just a weird evening. I felt kind of low energy and a little bit blah. And it's not necessarily anything specific. I think it might be that I had put in my head that I was going to go to Nosferatu tonight. So my brain had built a lot around this potential like big group social interaction that I was going to get to have, which as an extrovert is something I love. I put in contacts this morning instead of wearing glasses so that I would be prepared to go out this evening, and had thought about what I was going to wear, and had also messaged a couple people to ask some questions about Nosferatu. And so I think not going, which is fine and totally understandable, kind of put a damper on my evening, just in my brain and psyche like recovering from this weight that I had put on an event that I was hoping to go to that then no longer existed. And so I just felt sort of blah, not bad, and couldn't necessarily pinpoint and be like, I'm upset about this, or like, I'm sad about this. Like, I think it's literally, I was just sad about not going out, and not going out is also fine. I spent the night in. I went to see Mel. We watched a Christmas-themed movie, first one of the season, Let It Snow, which is on Netflix, and I think is 2 years old at this point, maybe 3 years old. It's 3 interconnected stories that happen in the same town, sort of like a Love Actually for teens kind of idea. And I enjoyed that film and had a perfectly pleasant night. Just felt a little off the whole time. And then I came back home and got on TikTok for a little bit. And now I'm recording this video for all of you with my phone very precariously balanced on this piano stand in a way that makes me nervous, but also seems solid. So I'm just sticking with it. And you're up to date on what's going on with everything in my life. I don't really have anything else to discuss. I would be curious to know if you ever have those evenings where things just feel a little bit off because plans fell through, or because you spent time thinking about something that just doesn't come to fruition. I tend to get that fallout from social interactions that don't happen pretty often, and I think it's because I'm an extrovert, and so my brain engages with this idea of seeing a lot of people and all of the energy that I get from an interaction like that, and then the fallout from not getting that energy, plus the interactions that I do have which don't give me energy in the same way, or like being alone, which doesn't fill my well very well. It's a lot of wells all in a row. Kind of leads to this sort of funk. And I just wonder if other people experience that. And if you're an introvert, do you experience that on the other side, where there was a plan for a night in that you were looking forward to, and then suddenly plans change and there are people there you don't expect, or you end up having to go somewhere that you didn't particularly want to go or had planned to go? And do you feel a more intense fallout from that than you would had an event, a social interaction event, been planned? Because I don't feel the same sort of funk or fallout had the night always been planned to be a movie night with Mel. Like, I don't have that same sort of sadness as I do when I'm recovering from the like loss of a social interaction. So, introverted people, how do you feel about the gaining of a social interaction? And is the exhaustion, anxiety, whatever it happens to be, that you feel from like a sudden surprise social interaction different than what you feel from a planned social interaction? I'm just curious. It's interesting to me to find out how the other side feels and lives. So that's my food for thought and general life update. Let me know what's going on in your life. leave a comment with something you want to update me about. Or if you know me personally, shoot me a message. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you tomorrow.